Christ living in you. All because of a day called Christmas and a day called Easter. Guess what? It was God sending His Son going, I have a plan. And guess what? He had a plan before He even formed you. He had a plan before the world was formed. He knew what He would do. He knew how we'd sin against Him. But He still said, I have a plan for this. So then this DNA of Christ comes inside of us, right? And now we have the blood of Christ. And now that we have His blood in us, guess what? We're a child of His.
Amen.
Now we're a part of the family. We've got His blood. And guess what? When there's blood, there's something different in that relationship. There's something different in that relationship. Guess what? Sometimes you may get into fights and arguments, but for some reason, you still end up in the end coming back together. And what God was doing is He sent His Son for reconciliation. To reconcile us back to Him. It wasn't that we ever left Him. It wasn't that He ever left us. It was that we left Him.
Right.
And He says, now I need to make a way to eliminate the sin that blocked them from receiving me. To eliminate that so now they can begin to get back in the place they need to be with me. So what He did, He says, I'm sending a Son to earth to eliminate the sin so we can now be reconciled. Amen. So we can now become the person, the relationship that He wanted us to have. We were blocked from that. But He loved us in the midst of our sin. Imagine that. While we were coming against Him, every time we sin, I think it's just like beating Him and kicking Him and punching Him and putting all this pain on. Every time we're coming against Him. And could you imagine? Could you imagine that? Kai, come up here. Just lay down on the floor here. Stu, why don't you come up here? This is my son, right? Don't really kick him or I'm going to kick you. I may not have as much love as God has. So I'm trying, though. I'm trying. Not perfect. But act like you're kicking him. Act. Just act like you're stomping on him and stuff. He's not really going to hurt you, buddy. But this is, I think, how it is. That we're basically hurting His Son. We're putting all this pain up. Keep doing it. We're putting all this pain on Him, and we just keep hurting Him. And God's going back going, man, He's sinning against us. He's hurting us. He's doing all this, but He's saying, I still love Him this much that, hey, let's send you to earth to save them. Let's send you to die for them. I know He's hurting you. He's hurting you. He's putting you through all this pain. Not tickling, it's not hurting. He's putting you through all this pain. He keeps beating you. He keeps sinning against you. He keeps doing this. But let's do this. Let's send you to earth so you can die for Him. How does that sound? Awesome. Praise the Lord. Give them a hand clap.